When it comes to saving the planet, one whale is worth thousands of trees. Scientific research now indicates more clearly than ever that our carbon footprint, the release of carbon dioxide, CO2, into the atmosphere where it contributes to global warming through the so-called greenhouse effect, now threatens our ecosystems and our way of life. Many proposed solutions to global warming, such as capturing carbon directly from the air and burying it deep in the earth, are complex, untested, and expensive. What if there were a low-tech solution to this problem that not only is effective and economical, but also has a successful funding model? An example of such an opportunity comes from a surprisingly simple and essentially no-tech strategy to capture more carbon from the atmosphere. Increase global whale populations. Yes. Increase global whale populations. Marine biologists have recently discovered that whales, especially the great whales, play a significant role in capturing carbon from the atmosphere. Roman and others 2014. The carbon capture potential of whales is truly startling. Whales accumulate carbon in their bodies during their long lives. When they die, they sink to the bottom of the ocean. Each great whale sequesters 33 tons of CO2 on average, taking that carbon out of the atmosphere for centuries. A tree, meanwhile, absorbs only up to 48 pounds of CO2 a year. I would like to remind you that 1 ton is equal to 2,000 pounds and each great whale sequesters 33 tons of CO2 on average, taking that carbon out of the atmosphere for centuries. Wherever whales, the largest living things on Earth, are found, so are populations of some of the smallest, phytoplankton. These microscopic creatures not only contribute at least 50% of all oxygen to our atmosphere, they do so by capturing about 37 billion metric tons of CO2, an estimated 40% of all CO2 produced. To put things in perspective, we calculate that this is equivalent to the amount of CO2 captured by 1.70 trillion trees, 4 Amazon forests worth, or 70 times the amount absorbed by all the trees in the U.S. redwood national and state parks each year. More phytoplankton means more carbon capture. In recent years, scientists have discovered that whales have a multiplier effect of increasing phytoplankton production wherever they go. How? It turns out that whales' waste products contain exactly the substances, notably iron and nitrogen, phytoplankton need to grow. Whales bring minerals up to the ocean surface through their vertical movement, called the whale pump, and through their migration across oceans, called the whale conveyor belt. Preliminary modeling and estimates indicate that this fertilizing activity adds significantly to phytoplankton growth in the areas whales frequent. If whales were allowed to return to their pre-whaling number of 4 to 5 million, from slightly more than 1.3 million today, it could add significantly to the amount of phytoplankton in the oceans and to the carbon they capture each year. At a minimum, even a 1% increase in phytoplankton productivity thanks to whale activity would capture hundreds of millions of tons of additional CO2 a year, equivalent to the sudden appearance of 2 billion mature trees. Imagine the impact over the average lifespan of a whale, more than 60 years. Despite the drastic reduction in commercial whaling, whales still face significant life-threatening hazards, including ship strikes, entanglement in fishing nets, waterborne plastic waste, and noise pollution. While some species of whales are recovering slowly, many are not. Enhancing protection of whales from human-made dangers would deliver benefits to ourselves, the planet, and of course, the whales themselves. This Earth Tech approach to carbon sequestration also avoids the risk of unanticipated harm from suggested untested high-tech fixes. Nature has had millions of years to perfect her whale-based carbon sink technology. All we need to do is let the whales live.